Howdy, and welcome back to some Peglin, a Peglin of our choosing here, because now we are all on Crucible 17, where mini bosses do more damage. You know, we had a really good Paladin run, but we're actually gonna go with the old round drill today. I feel like mix it up a little bit. I quite frankly don't remember how long it's been since we did a round drill. Maybe it was the other most recent one aside from Paladin, because I know I was on a little bit of a Paladin kick while we were trying to get it caught up with everyone else. But now it is healthily caught up. We play round drill quite a bit, haven't we? I've used that specific orb multiple times as of late. I remember with some Belusion, which maybe we play into the little Belusion effect. I wouldn't mind hitting a few more bombs. We had a nice Paladin bomb-ish build. Yeah, it was bomb build. For sure it was bomb, not bomb-ish. It was 100% a bomb. I should have just thrown that because that would have been a bomb. That's fine. We're actually going to do plenty of damage here. We lost a little bit of health, but all good wars end with some scars. We want Pierce with our boy here. I hope you're all having a wonderful day, wonderful evening, a wonderful morning, depends on what time you're watching this video. But I do want to take the time to thank you for tuning in with me, spending your next 25 to 40 minutes with me. It means a lot. I know a lot of other options for people to spend their time and energy, and I just appreciate that you are willing to do it with me. I would say, I don't know, it's just, I'm grateful. I'm in a grateful mood today. How about that? Oakley's not being too annoying yet. He was starting to act up a little bit whenever I decided, you know what, we need to record. And then she got a little antsy. Increase hit enemy debuff by 1. Target enemy, I assume it goes all the way up to like 3. Yes. I just don't. I don't think that's what we want here. I think what we want is some kind of piercing orb. Question mark could be something good for us. Okay, I'll take that. That is good for us. Do we want to take the fight? Yes, we want to take the fight. Then we hit a question mark. Then possibly this shop down here. I think that's the idea here. Oh, I had something to say. What was it? Well, I can tell you yesterday, it was yesterday. I leave for work and I drive an old truck. We've talked about it before. And all of a sudden, I'm accustomed to the check engine light just always being on. My family's always had used vehicles throughout my whole childhood and everything. So it's not abnormal for me to see a check engine light, because my check engine light that's always been on my truck is due to got upgraded. Oh yeah, we offered one pebble to upgrade the other one, right? I think we leave it. I think we're fine. We save our money, head to the right. So I have a check engine light that's on my truck. It's a 05 Toyota Tacoma. And what are you? Every shot fired has a 2x 10% chance to trigger a crit. Oh, 2 times my Belusion to trigger a crit. That's actually pretty cool. Whenever you evade an attack, gain finesse. Okay. I like all of these, but I think I'd prefer one of these on the right. Attacks applying blind. Now the shop is kind of pointless for us unless we just want to get rid of the Terror Ball. We'll just get rid of the Terror Ball now. Go into some elite fights. That would have been nice. Well, not really that nice. That's a good one, but yeah, we'll just get rid of the Terra Ball, get our deck a little bit smaller, and I feel like we're in a better spot. But my truck has a check engine light that it's always had ever since I had it. It's my first truck ever, or my first vehicle ever, so I had it since I was 16. And the check engine light's for O2 sensors. I guess it's got, those trucks have 4 O2 sensors, oxygen sensors, and they cost like $200 a piece to fix. So I never really fixed it as a kid growing up because I couldn't afford it. And so I changed my tone to whenever I started getting older, and I'm like, you know what? Let's just fix it. I'm tired of messing with it. Like, I love how it carries over that blind effect. But now we kind of have to take this serious now. Bombs should be fine. We did at least 5 damage, I think. Now let's hit these bombs. So whenever I had a little bit more money, I was like, I'm gonna put some love and affection to my truck. I'm gonna finally fix this the O2 sensor. And in the process of fixing this O2 sensor, I found out, how I found out there's 4 of them. And so I fixed the 2 in the back because they're very easy to get to. And then the other 2 are very hard. They're like behind the engine or something like that. And you have to like remove a bunch of stuff, and it takes a lot to actually get to it. And so I chickened out of that one. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do the 2 that are easy to get to. I'm gonna fix up those, and then we're gonna sit pretty from then on. I fixed those 2, and I just hope one of those were the bad one, because there's only one that's bad, more than likely. I guess all of them could be bad, but more than likely one of them was bad. And so I was hoping one of those back ones was the reason, or the bad one. Turns out, no, they were not the bad ones. So now I fixed those O2 sensors. At least it's got new O2 sensors. I think I did them right. I assume I did. I still have a check engine light that says O2 sensors are bad and whatnot. But today, or yesterday morning, I leave for work and my truck is just running terribly, misfiring and whatnot, having all kinds of issues. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's D-Day. My truck's dead. It's dying. So I text my boss saying, hey, this is my situation. I'm going to go to O'Reilly's. Depending on that, I might just have to work from home today. And so I go to O'Reilly's to get love this. I love this one. We're actually going to buy that. Do we upgrade or heal here? What's the map look like? I think we heal. Just take the heal now. And go for the fight. So I tell my boss, blah, 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 go to O'Reilly's, get my check engine light checked, run the codes for it because the check engine light was flashing. I'm used to a check engine light just being in existence. Doesn't catch my attention. But the moment your check engine light starts flashing at you, that's whenever I kind of was like, I should probably check this out, get it checked out at this point. And so that's what I did. I went to O'Reilly's, got the whatchamacallit checked, and it said, it gave me my O2 sensor issues, blah, blah, blah. And then it also said, a misfire, cylinder 3 misfire, which could mean a lot of things. The most common things, probably your coil or spark plugs. So what I did was not worry about coils because I don't want to spend too much money on it. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna pick up some spark plugs and then hope it's just the spark plugs. And so I picked up the spark plugs. It was like $4 a piece. I bought OEM is what O'Reilly's told me they are, but it seems pretty, I don't know. Spark plugs can get quite pricey, and mine are not that pricey of spark plugs. So They're $4 a piece, and I think they can go all the way up to like $12 a piece or something like that, which is just crazy. Which maybe that's exactly what my truck needs, is the $12 a piece spark plugs. But you know, that's neither here nor there. I got the spark plugs, and throughout the day at lunchtime, so I worked from home. At lunch, I kind of wondered if you're gonna get must circle off us hitting that. Appears you did, because we, I guess, did damage to the tree. If we do damage to the tree, you get bonus. Just keep hitting you. We have a clear shot. There's that refresh. I was kind of hoping not to hit that refresh there. You're a mole, so you are permanently blind. So blindness does not affect you that much. Big shot here. We're gonna need a lot of damage. That was not a lot of damage. We needed it. Don't really want to throw you. We don't want to do any damage here. We want to hit that crit. Okay. I'll take all that. I'm not exactly sure why you took so much damage there. Causes enemies to take X times 10% extra damage from critical hits. I don't know. I don't know why you took so much damage and why you died, but I'm not going to argue it too much. Every 2 crit triggered applies 1 exploitable. Target any enemy. I don't mind that, really. Crit attacks is fired backwards from behind the enemy. Applies 1 exploitable on hit. Or every 9 pegs hit, gain 5 illusion. Every 1 gold peg hit, gain 3 illusion. Do damage? No, not really. You do crit. I could just do illusion build, but I think for now we'll upgrade another pebble. What's this? We're healing 15%. That's a 1. No, that's enough to max this out, right? No, 1 shy. 1 shy. I was doing the math right. Projectiles pierce 2 additional enemies. We don't really have that many projectile attacks. So I think kinetic meteorite's going to be ideal, especially with the refresh. We only have 1 refresh. We have 2 crits, so high increased likelihood of hitting crits, which is very good for us in our situation. And get every time we remove a peg, that just makes our refreshes a little bit stronger. Okay, that refresh didn't seem that strong, but I kind of ruined that one. That's so good. I do enjoy Spinfection so much. Such a great perk that they put in this game. But nonetheless, neither here nor there. Let's finish the story here. So at lunch, I started my journey of replacing my spark plugs. And if you ever worked on a Toyota, they're pretty simple to work on in terms of where everything is and whatnot, because the oil filter is right there front and center. I think I'm fine with removing all those refreshes there, so that something like this can really build up. Yes. Beautiful. All that. So they're very simple to work on for the most part. I think I had for 1 series of spark plugs, because I did all the spark plugs. I'm pretty sure you're supposed to do all the spark plugs, even if there's only 1 that's misfiring. You still want to do all the spark plugs, I think. I mean, don't quote me on it, but I'm pretty sure you want all your spark plugs to be changed at the same time. So I did that. Beautiful. Come on now. You gotta fall in there. Dang it. That's fine. No. Inventory look like? Honestly, not terrible. The only thing is if it duplicates the horrible pebble, that's the second worst one to duplicate. That's fine. You hit everything but the crit there. I appreciate that, I suppose. Ranged unit hiding in the back is definitely getting targeted by me. 100%, and it's not even dead from that. Don't worry. We have more up our sleeves. Okay, now we hit the free bombs. We save that refresh until we get rid of more pegs. Because the more pegs that are gone, the stronger this refresh is going to be. Like that. Boom. Big refresh. I do like Illusion. Grants 12 Illusion and crits. Gain 2 times the Illusion. Not bad. I do like Morbid Orb. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think we pick you up again. The reason I'm doing that is because we have like no Pierce, and this final boss is going to require us to have some Pierce. Yeah, this is fine. Attacking the front man's fine for us. So at lunch, I started it, and to take off the left series of spark plugs, I removed the what I removed the air intake so that I had, oh, it was beautiful, clean engine bay to work from, absolutely nothing in the way. They're just right there, front and center, nothing to complain about, and it was a dream. And I'm like, okay, this is great. This is going to be super simple, which I think I jinxed myself there because the spark plug sockets that I had 2. Fortunately, I had 2, but I actually bought 1 at the store because I'm like, I don't have any spark plug sockets. But fortunately, my dad left his socket set at my house. So whenever I got home, I had my socket. I was just going to use what I had. I thought he took his socket set home. So I bought myself one of those spark plug sockets, and it was the right size and everything. And I finally see that he left his socket set with me, and I'm like, oh, thank you so much. I open up the socket set. I have my socket, but the socket that I bought was way too big. The hole of it on the back, the little square side of the socket, was too big for any of the wrenches inside of his side of it. So that sucked, and I was kind of worried. And then I started just siphoning through. Turns out he had a spark plug socket in there as well. So I'm like, oh, perfect. This is nice. I grab it, start using it. Everything's going well. Unscrew the I unscrew the old spark plugs. I put the new one in, start screwing it in. I pull out the wrench. Come to find out, that's not probably worth it, I don't think. Come to find out, the little rubber piece that's inside of a spark plug socket. So spark plug sockets, what makes them unique is that there's a rubber piece inside the socket that protects the spark plug so that it's not like metal banging against it and whatnot. We want refresh. Do we want a form of healing? I think we'll take the refresh. I do think we'll take the refresh. 27 gold's not really going to get us much at this shop. We're actually going to go to the left and left again, hit an elite fight into a shop, because then we can probably afford something. I think we do accept the bribe and sneak away. Extra bombs, not ideal, but there's those rubber pieces inside the spark plug socket. Whenever I screw in and tighten the I tighten my new spark plugs into the engine. I pull up the socket, and that rubber piece isn't inside of it anymore. the rubber piece got stuck on the top of the spark plug. So I shine a light down into the hole, the little spark plug hole, and there's the spark plug with its little rubber protective piece on top of it, like it's gonna get pregnant down there. I don't know what the plan was, but it kept its little rubber piece on it. So I had to shove that back, the socket back down there, and try to get it. Why'd I throw the horror ball? I threw it for the refresh. That's what I did. And so I reach it all the way back down there, and then I'm trying to like get it off. I'm trying to get the little rubber thing off. It's not coming off whatsoever. So I give up, unscrew the new spark plug that I just installed. I unscrew it. Do we want to remove? I think we want round guard here, honestly. Round guard's very nice, I think, for us. Because we could time it. I don't know. I'm not gonna probably do enough brain power on here to actually time it, but we could, in theory, if I was very intelligent and smart around it. It would be nice if we get a crit before you dip. Oh, beautiful. Oh, beautiful amount of damage, too. There's a minion there, but I think we throw you first, and then we'll hit both minions with the Spinfection 3 next round. If we hit a crit here, that would be fantastic as well, especially with our exploitable here. Exploitable stuff going on. Yes, big. Oh my goodness gracious. This fight was a whole lot easier than I thought it would be. But, so I'm trying to figure out, I get the spark plug out, I pull it out, and then I can easily get the rubber piece off there. I put the rubber piece back in the socket, and I tried jamming it. I take like the end of the wrench and start jamming it in there, trying to get it pushed back further. I do a couple test runs where I shove the spark plug on the socket, take it off, and that rubber piece keeps coming off with the spark plugs. And I'm thinking, oh, what am I going to do? Because the spark plug socket I bought, the adapting piece is too big for any of the wrenches for me to actually use it. So I go quickly, just walk back to his socket set, and I'm just looking at everything in there. And I'm like, come on, we got to have an idea somewhere around here. There might be a bigger socket thing or something. Something's got to give, because I got to get my truck fixed. And so as I'm looking, turns out he's got a whole nother socket in there. He has another spark plug socket that fits proper for my truck. Same size and everything. And so that's whenever I'm like, oh my goodness, everything's coming together again. And so I quickly, big crit. I quickly grab that one. I feel very confident. I get the socket in, screw it in, and as I screw it in, I try to pull everything out, because you have like extension on extension into that socket, because it's deep into the engine where you actually screw it in, so you have multiple extensions just to reach down there. And as I pull it up, I hear a pop. One of the extensions popped out of the socket, so the socket got stuck down there. The socket's stuck in my engine, stuck on the spark plug. And I'm like, what am I gonna do now? Because I kept like shoving the extension in and trying to pop it out, trying to wiggle very little, very like soft wiggles, because I don't want to damage anything. And so I just keep doing it, nothing. It just keeps popping off. And so then I pop it in there, unscrew the socket. Unscrew the spark plug, pull the spark plug all the way back up. And then I realized this one has a lot more rubber inside of it. And so if I push the spark plug too much into it, all that rubber holds it too well. It's too good of rubber. So, with my newfound discovery, I have to slightly put the spark plug in ever so slightly and lit just enough to where barely the threads are in it, so that it has something to twist down there. Because I couldn't put too much, because if I put too much, it gets stuck on it, and then we're screwed back to square one. We have to unscrew it and everything all over again. So whenever I did that, I screw it in, it's all down there, and I'm just constantly on repeat, just tightening it, twist, turning to the right, because righty-tighty, and it just keeps going. My forearms are burning. I'm like, gosh, how much threads are on these? And I'm just keep going. And I pull up the wrench, all of it comes up. I'm like, what? Is it tight? Why is it not tightening? And then I put it back down there and I push it down onto the spark plug, and then I start tightening, and then all of a sudden it's getting tight. It's finally tightening. I'm like, I was that close to the end and I just gave up. And so as soon as I tightened it, I made it nice and snug in there. I tried to pull up the wrench and the socket and everything. The socket got left behind again, because whenever I pushed it back down on the spark plug, that is a lot of damage that we just took. Whenever I pushed it back down on that spark plug, guess what it did? It went too deep onto that plug, and too much of the rubber was left. It got too attached to that rubber. We didn't have to hit every single red bomb, you know? I guess it's all that we had the money for it, so it did it. Finesse would be so strong here. I think we just final upgrade it, because we're gonna go hit this shop here. I mean, this free relic. But so I had to unscrew the spark plug again, pull it all the way out of the engine, bring it up, pull it, separate it from the socket, and then lightly put it in again. I start screwing it down back into the engine. I'm like, okay, so we're gonna have to be careful and just not give up. We can't give up on we can't just give up on trying to tighten it. So the whole time I was just sitting there, I was tightening it, and I'm like, I can't give up on tightening it. And then I finally was like, okay, I'm gonna go slow. And then as I was going slow, I could actually feel, and we were slipping. It was slipping because it didn't have enough of the little head threaded part of the spark plug on it to where it could actually tighten it. I put it on too loose. So I'm like, okay, this one's too loose. So what we're gonna do is go grab the other socket, the one that has the weird, the loose, very loose rubber, and use that one. We're not gonna shove that one down too tight, because if we shove it down too tight, we're going to have an issue with, I should have targeted the big boy. No, we still got the big boy, I think. We're gonna have an issue where that rubber piece stays on it again. And then it's the exact opposite situation. And so I did that. I put on the other one, was very careful, very careful with it, and pull it up, and it worked perfect. And so I'm like, this is going to be miserable, because this was probably 20 minutes of me just messing around with this one spark plug on the easy accessible side of the truck. For whatever reason, the easy accessible side of the truck, we didn't have to hit all those red bombs. My goodness. We're in trouble. We are in trouble. Please be a basic fight where we won't lose much HP. Check behind the waterfall. Extra refreshes. We'll take them. Hmm. That's just a plus 15 HP. We kind of need it right now. And then no loss of health in this fight. Ah, it's a red bomb fight again. Stop hitting red bombs, please. I beggeth thee. We're just gonna lose to red bombs, and I don't think there's anything we can do about it. Please, just in the fight. Hit the crit, in the fight, in the fight. Another red bomb. Oh, and it's this Peglin. Oh, and it's this final boss. So essentially, that nonsense that I did with the spark plugs and whatnot just continued all the way around, all the way on all those easy all the easy plugs. We are dead. We are dead 100%. We've hit way too many red bombs, and we're not gonna one tap this boss by any means. Any stretch of the imagination are we gonna one shot this boss? We got close, I suppose. One shotting the boss. Hit the crit, hit the crit, hit a crit, hit a crit, please hit a. Thank you. No! Okay. Okay. We have a chance. We have a chance. No! No! Oh, thank you. We still have a chance. We have a chance. Oh, we did it. Oh, we did it. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, we did it. And the end of my story, I struggled the whole way through, but I did get all 6 spark plugs replaced, and my truck is running like a dream. I need to get better at telling stories. I apologize. But I get scatterbrained whenever I'm playing a game and trying to talk, so. But thank you. We got to Crucible 18 with the round drill. No big deal. You've unlocked these in custom mode. Perfect. 32 minutes. Almost exact. Whew. Good choice on the round drill today, I tell you, Schwat. Look at this round drill. Round drill 18, 19, 20. Peglin's shop has higher prices. That's gross. But that's how we end today. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and I look forward to talking with you all later. Bye-bye.